Hello students, and welcome back to one more session of our international financial management sessions. So in our last class we were discussing about currency futures, how they are used, and also we discussed about currency options, that is call option and put option. So in our today's class, we are going to move on to the next topic, which is called as the arbitrage. Now, what is arbitrage? Arbitrage is nothing but taking advantage of price differences between uh, two markets, and by that you are going to encash it and make profit out of it. Means, say for example, if I give you a simple example, see for example in allocation A there is one particular product which is readily available in cheap quantity. Now same product is a bit costly in one more place. So what can I do is that I can buy in a market where the price of that commodity is cheap and sell it in that location where it is sold costly. So by this I can make a profit because of the price difference, and this is what is called as arbitrage. So this is done for commodities. Say for example, you are getting say the local chilies from say Badgi, and you are selling it in other places other than by that place where it is bought. Okay, so you're just taking the difference in price and making a profit without any investment. So why is this in? No, no, what is this international arbitrage? So this international arbitrage is about doing the same thing internationally. So you are buying in one current country and selling it in one more country. So something like that. So arbitrage in technically can be defined as capitalizing on discrepancies in quoted prices and making a riskless profit. But sometimes it may be risky because it is may require funds also. Now we have different types of arbitrage internationally. One is the locational arbitrage, second triangular, and third one is covered interest arbitrage. So we'll study one by one these types of arbitrage. So location arbitrage. So location arbitrage is where when we take say two banks, okay, and this is the most simple form of arbitrage where the quoted exchange prices vary among locations, and the participants, maybe the brokers, the customers, or the bank, can capitalize on discrepancies in the price. Say for example, in bank A the exchange rate is say 74.3 rupees per dollar, and in bank B it is 74.5 rupees per dollar. So there is a difference of 20 paise. So what you can do is that you can buy it in bank A and sell it to bank B because it is at a higher price there. So this is called as location arbitrage. So the process of buying a currency where it is priced low and immediately selling it in the location where it is priced high. This is what is called as locational arbitrage. So locational arbitrage is done when there is a difference in the bid and ask price quoted by different banks. It may be not be possible in say in one particular location. It may be done internationally also. And that's why we call it as international arbitrage. So I can give you an example. Say for example, so we have a bank C where it's quoting New Zealand dollars at 6.635. That is bid price is 0.635 and ask price is 0.64. Now what is bid price? The price at which the bank is buying the currency, and ask price is the price at which it is selling the currency. So in bank D the bid price is 0.645, ask price is 0.65, means it is both the bid and ask price in bank D are higher than bank C. So what you can do is that you can buy from bank C. Now when you are buying means the bank is selling. So you are buying at 0.64 and then you are going and selling it in Bank D at rupees 0.645. So you are making a profit of 0.005 per dollar. 0.005. See, so you may get confused. Once more I'll tell you. So bid price is price at which the bank is selling the currency, and ask price is the price at which the bid price is buying the currency, and ask price is the price at which it is selling the currency. So when you are buying, means the bank is selling. So to make a profit, what I'm doing is that I'm going to with the ask price of 6.4, I customer buying, bank is selling, so it is ask price 0.645. So I'll buy it in Bank C, then I'll go to Bank D, and there I will sell it at 0.645. So this is the profit which I'm making without any risk, without any investment, much investment, just because there is a difference in the bid ask rate between prices. So what will happen like this? If it goes on, like you, many people will do the same thing. They will buy here, sell there. If it goes on and on, what will happen is the supply of currency in Bank D will increase and Bank C will decrease. So what will happen? They will also come to know why so much of say demand and supply is increased. So they will come and so the prices will become uniform over the period of time, because say many people are doing the same thing, the market is imitated, the profit gets distributed, and even the bank rates will be uniformly aligned together, and further there will be no point of buying and selling, because the difference of the price is no more existing. So this is locational arbitrage. Next is triangular arbitrage. Now triangular arbitrage is about say something like this. Okay, we have two currencies which are well traded. I can take US and British pound. Okay, the exchange rate between these two is readily available, because frequently these currencies are traded in international market. But you may not have with Malaysian ringgits directly, both the currencies may not have the exchange rate. So this is about triangular arbitration comes into picture when there is a concept called as cross exchange rate. Now what is cross exchange rate? The relation between two currencies that each differ from one's base currency. Okay, when say two non-frequent dealed currencies are there, then they have to take one common currency and then convert themselves. So if there is a price difference between the actual conversion between these three currencies and the price quoted by the bank, then you can have the advantage of triangular arbitrage. So triangular arbitrage is a result of the difference between three foreign currencies that occurs when the currency's exchange rate do not exactly match up. Now what is it? A bit technical. I will tell you how it goes. Okay, so I am taking three currencies: US, that is US dollars, British pound and Malaysian ringgits. Okay, so think that the bank has quoted 1 pound, 1 British pound equal to $1.6. The same bank has quoted 1 ringgit as $0.2, and the cross exchange rate, that is pound and Malaysian ringgit. So 1 pound is 8.1. So the bank is giving you three quotes. One is about pound in terms of dollars, that is 1 pound is equals to 1.6. One is about Malaysian ringgits in terms of dollars, that is 1 Malaysian ringgit equal to 0.2. And the cost exchange rate between these dollars and Malaysian pounds and Malaysian ringgits, that is 1 pound is equals to 8.1. Now if you remember when I was talking about cross exchange rate, how do you find out cross exchange rate? It is between, say here now we are having pound equal to dollars is given and ringgits equal to dollars is given. So if I want to find out the cross exchange rate between pound and Malaysian ringgit, what will I do? I will divide I'll take the price of pounds, that is 1.6, and divide it with the price of ringgits, that is 0.2. So if I do that, I will get 8, that is 1 pound is equals to 8. So technically it should be 8. But the bank is quoting it as 8.1. So there is a difference of 10 paise or 10 cents or whatever it is. So this difference, there is an advantage. So when the actual conversion, if you do something else is there and the price quoted by the bank is a bit higher, so there you have a chance of doing arbitrage. Now what can I do that? How can I do? So step 1, I am going to exchange dollars in terms of pound. So think that I am having $10,000. I will convert it into pounds. So when I convert it, so 10,000 divided by 1.6, I will get 6250 pounds. So I am having pounds now. Now that pounds, I will exchange it into ringgits. So 6250 into 8.1, I will get 50,625 Malaysian ringgits. So with this 50,625 ringgits, then again I am converting it into dollars. So where I'll go to the bank and convert it ringgits into dollars. So the dollar and ringgit rate is 0.2. So 50,625 into 0.2, I will get 10,125. Now remember, we had started with only $10,000. But when I am doing all this circus, I am getting 10,125, means $125 I am getting extra. This is the profit of arbitration. I will explain once more. I told you the bank has quoted pounds in terms of dollars, that is 1.6. Then ringgits in terms of dollars, that is 0.2. And the cross exchange rate between pounds and ringgits is 8.1. Now because the actual conversion is giving only 8 per pound, 8 Malaysian ringgit per pound, so there is a chance of arbitrage. So what will I do now? So I will start with dollars. I think I am having $10,000. I will first exchange them into pounds, that at the rate of 1.6. That is 10,000 divided by 1.6. I will get 6250 pounds. Then that pounds I am going to convert it into Malaysian ringgits at the rate of 8.1, which is quoted by the bank. So I will get 50,625 ringgits. Then again I will convert it into dollars at the rate of 0.2. I'll end up getting $10,125. So which is $125 more than what I had actually invested. So this is triangular arbitrage. So when there is a difference between the actual cross rate and the cross rate quoted by the bank, we can take advantage of it and do and get arbitrage profit. Okay, so that's all about triangular arbitrage. Then the third type of arbitrage, that is covered interest arbitrage. Now covered interest arbitrage is what? Now here we are not only talking about difference in exchange rate, we are also talking about difference in the interest rate between two countries. Okay, so it is a process of capitalizing because the interest rate between two currencies is different. Say for example, country A, the interest rate on bank deposits is 4. In country B, it is 2. So I am going to invest in that country where the interest rate is more. And together with that, I am going to make a forward contract with the exchange agency so that at the end of the deposit period, I can convert it into my home currency and enjoy the profits. So I will tell you this with an example. Okay, so think that the pound spot rate, say today, say for example, I'm doing today's rate for pound in terms of dollars is 1.6. Even 3 months later, 90-day forward rate also is same. Now I'm taking the same just for easy calculation. Okay, so today's rate and 3 months later's rate of pounds and dollars is 1.6. Then in USA, the interest rate for 3 months is 2%. And in Britain, that is UK, the interest rate for 3 months bank deposit in UK is 4%. Say for example, I am having $8 lakh in hand. Okay, $8 lakh. So what will I do? I convert the dollars into pound. So I will convert dollars into pound. So convert dollars into pounds. So 8 lakh I convert it into pounds. So it is 8 lakhs divided by 1.6. I will get 5 lakh pounds. So 5 lakh pounds. Why I have converted it into dollars? Because you may see that the interest rate in UK is more, that is 4%. In USA it is only 2%. So I convert the dollars into pounds. It becomes 5 lakh pounds. I deposit it into a UK bank for 3 months, and the 3 months interest rate is 4%. So interest on 5 lakhs for 4% will become 20,000. So totally at the end of 3 months I will get 5 lakh plus 20,000, that is 5 lakh 20,000 pounds. So at that the day when I deposit that amount, I make a forward contract with my bank that after 3 months I am going to sell pounds. Okay, and the rate is given, it is 1.6. So 3 months are over now. I get my deposit amount with interest, that is 5 lakhs plus 20,000. So for 5 lakh 20,000, then after 3 months I convert it into my home currency, that is 1.6 per dollar. So it will become 8 lakh 32,000. So you can see that because of the price difference, I'm making a profit or interest difference. I'm making a profit of $32,000. Now think that if the spot rate and the forward rate was different, say for example 1.6 is a 5 spot rate and 1.65 is the forward rate. Maybe the interest rate, the profit will come down, but still it will be more than my initial investment. It may come down to around say it is 1.65. So it can be around say 125, means 25,000. So if think that I have taken for easy calculation the spot rate and the forward rate to be same, that is 1.6. Say for example, if the exchange rate has the forward exchange rate was 1.65, then I will get amount of 8,58,000. So I'm going to get still more profit. On the other hand, think that the price has come down to 1.55, means the spot exchange rate after 3 months is 1.55. So if that is the case, then I will get amount of 8,25,500, but still it is more than the initial investment. So even if the spot rate, forward rate is different and the interest rate is different, we can make a profit by buying a currency in which the country the interest is more, deposit it there, make a forward contract to sell that currency after that particular period, and make arbitrage possible. So this is something like this. So a US investor buys British pound. He's having 8 lakh rupees. He buys British pound and may invest it in the bank at 4%. And he is making a forward contract for 90 days. At the end of 90 days, he is getting the deposit, that is 5 lakhs plus 20,000, which if he converts, it will get 8 lakh 32. So he's getting a profit of 32,000 in 3 months because of the difference in the interest rate. So this is called as the covered interest arbitrage. So that's all for today. Any doubts, please raise, comment, like and subscribe. Your comments, your queries will be answered in the next session. So I think that's all for today. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you.